What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna do something that I've never done before. I'm not really like the guy that works on his bike. I kind of just take it to friends and and have them work on it. Shout out to you, Josh. You know who you are. Today we're gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna put these shocks onto the Bandit and take those off. And so this will be interesting. But this is my portion of the traveling Bandit, my obligation to the bike. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Really quick, guys, I wanted to show you this kit that came with the Bandit. It's got, I don't really know what all these things are. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's things to tighten your spokes. It's basically everything you can need. So I'm gonna try to work out of that kit, and if I don't have what I need or can't figure it out, I have my tools. So this should work for any bike that uses a standard shock. Spark uses a standard size shock, so that you could basically go onto Amazon and purchase your own upgraded shocks. So these ones, and again, I don't know a whole lot about them, but these are called RFY. So they're a piggyback shock. So as you can see, they're gonna be a little bit of a beefier situation than we already have. So let's get into it. All right, guys, let me just state one more time that I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this before, but here we go. So this is a 5mm Allen key, and I'm gonna start by just removing those two bolts. Man. Oh, okay, that just pulls out. Whoa! Alright. And okay, so Matt had said that this fender may kind of get in my way a little bit, so I think we're gonna remove the fender if it's easy enough. Alright, so the shock surprisingly comes off super easy. It literally just, it's a couple bolts and it's off. However, I don't think it's going to be as easy to put this on, but we're going to see. So stay tuned. Aha, fender's off. Okay, that's going to give us more room. Oh, by the way, this piece of wood on the ground, that's one of the pieces of wood that came in the box when they shipped it. So it works as a great little workspace placemat bike holder situation thing. Okay, so with the fender off, now we should have more room to be able to work with by getting into these bolts in here. All right, second shock is off, and as you guys see, the bike now is it's got a lot of play. It's got really great. Yeah, if you try to ride like this, you die. So now I'm gonna have to get a thing to prop up the other side so the bike doesn't fall over. So hang tight. Okay, guys, this is not an easy thing. So basically, check it out. I've got both the shocks are off. I've got the bike propped up with this car jack on this side, and now I'm gonna start installing the first of the two new shocks. I guess the trick is to take both shocks off and then start to install the new ones one by one. So all right, here goes nothing. If you guys can see, it's very awkward and weird, and it's hard to hold the washer. That I'm trying to hold this washer here. Focus. Trying to hold this washer here so that it can go through, but to eliminate as much wobble, side to side wobble. Oh my God. Trying anything I can to get this other washer to sit in place. There we go. Okay. It's simple, guys. Just kidding. Hey guys, so this is not something that's like super easy to do, which I found out. I didn't think it was when I started, but now I know that it's not. What's the reason I'm doing this? Basically because there is, these shocks are a little bit better. They're gonna give me a different look. It has a piggyback, so it has like compressed air inside, and that's supposed to help with making the rear shocks be a better, like squishiness. Again, I'm not the technical guy here, but one thing I've found, let me show you guys on these shocks, is that when you are doing, if you're gonna do this yourself, one of the main things you're going to want is to have a bunch of different washers, different sizes and different like thicknesses. And I found that the thinner, bigger ones for me was really helpful getting the bottom, bottom bolt in. And you want it to be as tight as you can, as far as like the wobble goes, so that the side-to-side wobble is minimal. Now, with these shocks, you're able to actually adjust right here. If you guys can see right here, where you can put like a wrench, you can turn that. And when you turn that, it makes the entire shock go a little bit lower or higher. And that's pretty important for the next step. So I got one on, and I'm gonna put the other one on. But if you look side by side at these shocks, I mean, you can get them in different colors, so aesthetically, you can have a more aesthetically pleasing look, or matching the color of the bike to whatever, maybe your handlebars or your grips or your cranks or whatever. But they're just, it's a smaller, let me show you this way. So at the bottom, they're the same type, these are at the same level, but it's a taller shock all overall. So basically what that does is it's going to make the bike ride a little bit higher, but again, you can adjust that by turning and twisting down here at this part to make the shock more compressed and a little bit lower and more tight. Okay, so let me throw the other shock on, and then we'll get into the final minor adjustments before I get to take it for a ride. Guys, so after some cursing and some hitting and throwing tools, I got them both on, both sides, and tightened down. So as you're doing it, you don't want to tighten everything fully in case you have to make adjustments, and then when you're done, obviously make sure you tighten them up fully and make sure that they are all secure. And now I'm going to go give it a test ride and see what the difference is really. The main thing that these ones have done is they've raised the bike about an inch or an inch and a quarter. So it's going to be a little bit taller in the back, but once you put a load on it, or once you sit on it, it will compress it down a little bit, obviously. So let's see what the difference is. All right, guys, so new shocks are on. And yeah, the first thing I noticed definitely is the higher rear end ride height, but it's not, I mean, it's still level, I believe. It just feels, the rear end has like a nicer feel to the suspension. As far as like turning and all that kind of stuff, I don't notice any sloppiness. Oh man, the torque on this thing. So yeah, success. It's one of those things that when you first start to do it, you go, oh man, this is daunting. But once it's done, it definitely feels like I feel like I accomplished a sense of accomplishment. So if you guys are interested in a Spark bike, there's a link down in the description below, and it'll save you $100 off of your next bike from Spark, any bike that they make, and it helps out the channel. And I appreciate you guys sticking through it with me on this crazy adventure of changing the shocks, but we did it and it's done, and I'm really stoked on how it came out. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.